Diego. Diego. Who did this to you?
It was the Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger. Have either of you seen the Lone Ranger?
Well, yes. He came here yesterday, and he rode away towards the foothills.
Gracias.
Howdy, stranger.
Buenos dias, senores. How are you fixed for the water?
Get the canteen, Danny.
Gracias, senor. Now, if you could spare a little for my horse,
Horse? Huh. Stranger, that's all the water we got.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're running a little short. The Lone Ranger said there was water just ahead. He'd post the trail so we could find it.
The Lone Ranger? How long ago was he here?
Not more than 2 hours ago.
Gracias, senores.
I'm going to ride back and mount the trail for the Daniels party.
Me wait here.
You might be making a mistake.
I'm making no mistake. Start drawing because I'm going to start shooting. If the Lone Ranger is too much of a coward to die fighting, he will die anyway.
It's all right, Tonto. Don't shoot. Hold it.
Go ahead, shoot me, like you did my brother.
Who was your brother?
Maybe you remember. Diego Vasquez, homesteading near San Ramon. As my brother, he died in my arms. He tell me the Lone Ranger shoot him in the back.
I'll make a deal with you. Put off killing the Lone Ranger for at least 3 days and ride with me to San Ramon. I'll help you clear this thing up.
I will not bargain with a murderer. I took an oath.
Give me your word that you'll hold off for 3 days.
Why should I?
At the end of that time, I'll face you with any weapons you choose.
I have the word of a bandido on that.
You have the word of the Lone Ranger.
Está bueno. I will give my word.
It's taken us 2 days of hard riding to come this far, but the town of San Ramon can be reached from here in a couple of hours. We'll rest here tonight and start looking around in the morning.
Tonto been looking around today. See everywhere many herd.
Oh, it's cattle country. Since the government threw open a section of it to homesteading, there's been plenty of trouble.
Trouble like many nuts in rawhide.
When the Jed Scott party arrives from the east, it's going to tangle things up a lot more.
Jed Scott, he important man?
Well, the homesteaders have elected him their leader. Yes, there's a lot to be done, but there's still time to do it. The Scott wagon train hasn't arrived in San Ramon yet.
pass, that'll be the end of them.
Be sure and get Jed Scott. The boss doesn't want him to reach San Ramon.
There's Torrey Pass. Just beyond it lies San Ramon.
Whoop!
Man in the lead is Jed Scott.
Hello! Hello! There is an ambush ahead.
Form a barricade!
Form a barricade!
They're being warned. Mount up! We'll charge them. Split up. More ammunition in that wagon. Look out!
Thanks. Está bueno.
They're going back. We've beaten them off.
I know him. He works for Craig Dolan.
One of Craig Dolan's men.
Who is this Craig Dolan?
He's the biggest cattleman in the West, and he's sworn to keep homesteaders from settling the country. Maybe Dolan can explain what you were doing with those raiders. I think I'll send you back to him.
This hombre recognized him as one of your men, Dolan. Jed Scott thought it'd be a good idea to bring him along to you.
So Scott wants me to account for a wrangler I fired last week, eh? You tell him that outlaws and raiders are his own worry. I'm not holding the hands of whimpering nesters so they can fence my water holes and plow under good grazing land. By the way, Vasquez, speaking of nesters, are you going to lead a man's life and raise cattle, or have you returned to San Ramon to do dirt farming?
Not now, Dolan. There is another thing I have yet to finish. Go ahead, shoot me, like I did my brother.
What about you? Must be a nester if you're with Jed Scott.
I just joined the wagon train this morning because it was heading my way.
Oh. What happened to you, Tucker? Tucker holds a grudge against the nesters, too. But he's not smart. He tried to fight them and the law at the same time.
Why did they bring him to you, Uncle?
I don't know. If Jed Scott wanted to accuse me of trying to kill nesters, why didn't he come here himself? Tell him I'll see him in San Ramon. I'd take the trouble because I believe in giving every man a fair warning before I step on him. By the way, take Tucker to town with you. I don't have to be the sheriff.
Guess we'd better be going. Come on.
I understand Scott's bringing up-to-date maps and a proclamation that'll open up most of the water rights to the homesteaders.
Round up the men and have them in town tonight.
Yes, sir.
Before my brother and I stake out land here, I never hear of this Lone Ranger. But now, there is only one thing I can think. How good he will look facing the muzzle of my six-shooter.
Take my advice, fellas, stay clear of him. The Lone Ranger hands out justice in his own way.
Dolan's coming.
Say, Scott, I've got some information you'd be real glad to know. But I've got to tell you someplace in private.
Some other time.
Oh, no. It won't keep. It's got to do with the water rights.
Lead the way. I'll be right back. Don't be so mysterious, man. Come on, out with it, out with it.
Listen, Scott, what I'm about to tell you will amaze you.
Dead, Sheriff. Drilled through the heart. The shot came through that window. I couldn't see who it was.
You were going out that window when it broke in here, Scott.
Well, sure, I was going to go after...
Trying to make a getaway, huh?
Just what to expect of a nester.
Ah, the whole thing's a plot. Scott's innocent. Jed Scott, I came over to talk to you tonight, but it seems you've taken matters in your own hands.
Dolan, I had nothing to do with it.
You may be telling the truth. As far as I'm concerned, you're guilty till you're proved innocent.
It's a trick to keep me from proving the homesteaders have legal rights.
Sheriff, take him away. We cattlemen have been accused of not cooperating with the homesteaders. Why should we? Why should we lend aid to a mistake? A mistake that will ruin the West if it gets a foothold. We've got it. And I give you fair warning, you've got to fight for every last inch of it.
The Lone Ranger's got Jed Scott!
Go after him. Are you all right, Scott?
me to Jed Scott.
Well, amigo, whether you wanted it or not, this one time you have kept your bargain with me.
So you finally caught up with him. Let's see who he is.
Logan,
Guess I'm done for.
you have deserved this. My brother, he was so young.
Yeah, I remember. I plugged your brother because he was causing us too much trouble.
Did you kill Doc Grover back at the saloon?
Slade. Slade was at the window.
Well, I guess that evens the score with your brother's murderer.
Yeah. But I cannot figure out how it comes that this Logan is the Lone Ranger.
That's easy. That fellow was an imposter.
Oh, but who is the Lone Ranger?
It's all right, Tonto. Don't shoot.
You?
I had to keep you in the dark until the situation worked itself out.
Madre mia. You know, you have fooled me altogether. I would have never believed anything.
You see, Juan, you finished what you set out to do. But my job is just beginning. There's trouble and bloodshed in San Ramon, and someone behind it who must be brought to justice.
My people taught me to know, friend. Senor, mi casa es su casa. All I have is yours.
Gracias. I left Jed Scott headed for town to give himself up to the sheriff. Supposing you ride to San Ramon and tell them what you know about the fake Lone Ranger.
Pues sí, amigo.
And in the meantime, I'll look up Slade and see what I can find out about the killing of Doc Grover.
Está bueno.
Can you tell us where we can find Jed Scott and his party? Scott's in jail. In jail? Yeah, for murder. To find the rest of his party camped at the south edge of town. Thanks. Now, you and Hardin are to start rumors that friends of Doc Grover's is round over his being killed. I lay it on thick. Let the settlers think that Scott's life ain't safe even in jail. What's the idea? Scott's men will march on the jail to protect him. That's where we come in. The sheriff ain't going to give up his prisoner. Oh, I get it. We uphold the law. During the shooting, we account for a good many of the nesters. I'll round up the boys. Stand by. You'd better hurry if you want to save Jed Scott. The nesters are organizing to march on the jail and get Jed Scott by force.
That don't make sense, seeing as how Jed Scott gave himself up last night.
Well, all I'm telling you is what I know to be a fact.
Say, listen, Slade, how long do I have to stay out of sight anyhow?
Until Logan gets back here with the news that Jed Scott's out of the way.
I didn't mind being shot with a blank or playing corpse for a while. I didn't dream that you'd carry things this far. Hi, Logan.
Sit down. Logan died last night. Get up against that wall. I want to talk to you. Hey, Slade! Hey, Slade! See what he wants. Hurry up.
The nest has been talked into trying to free Scott from jail, get to San Ramon and being on the shooting. Boss has orders.
Close the door. So your friends are planning a little massacre in town, eh?
What do we do, Daniel?
Go and get your guns and come on.
Come on.
The minute we hear shooting, we're to go to the help of the sheriff.
Stay here.
You all gone plumb low. We've come to get Jed Scott. Well, he ain't going to get him. He's a prisoner of the law, awaiting fair trial. How do we know he's going to have a fair trial? Now stop it, all of you. Go on back to camp, peaceably. Just a minute. Just a minute, men. Just a minute.
I think we'd better get the men back to the camp.
I'll break a window.
Barricade the window. Jed Scott will burn alive in there.